opinions about life in Sweden were so controversial, so I didn't really know what to expect when I just moved here. And now, after 3 years living here, I have my own opinion. And today we're going to discuss 10 things I love most about Sweden. But it's really difficult to condense everything into this 10 top list, so it will be my on top of mind things. And my name is Ksenia, and this is my channel about my life in Sweden and how I make my life here better, and I share everything how to make life more vivid, bright, and colorful. When I come back to Sweden from my travels around Europe, the first thing I really notice and I appreciate the most is streets. Sounds strange, right? But what I mean is streets here so clean, there are almost no graffitis or garbage, litter, whatever. And it's really nice and peaceful ways here. I don't know. I really like how tidy the city is. Almost in every city in Sweden, it's very nice and cozy. In many places you'll find a flower bed or other green places, and I think common spaces here, they're so cute and everyone seems to keep them very quiet and nice, and this is really inviting you to be the part of the community, to involve your actions into the city life. And also my favorite thing is bike lanes. They're so good, they're so smooth and well seen, and it's very good for safety, I think. And I really enjoy cycling here in Sweden. The cleanliness and orderliness makes huge difference, and it brings so much comfort here living, and a lot of public spaces so good to be there, and I really missing it when I'm coming from other countries, and I can truly tell that Sweden is home and it's so cozy. I don't know, I just love being here. Fun fact is, it's almost impossible to find still water here in the shops, but you can find a bunch of sparkling water with some flavors and so on, and only one brand of still water. But the reason is pretty simple, and not every country can brag about it. Swedish has drinkable tap water. I know that in other countries it can be unsafe to drink tap water, or you need to boil it first, or people buying plastic bottles of water. So I think this is very nice about Sweden. You have no need to spend your money on water in plastic bottles, and don't have more garbage on this planet. If you're interested in Swedish life, I think the first things and the words you get to know is fika and lagom. And fika is a coffee break, and lagom is not too big, not too little, not too small. And I think this word also describes very good the concept of work-life balance here. It's do a pause, grab coffee, take some sweets, and have a little chat with your colleagues. Swedish working culture and environment seems very friendly to me and different from a lot of other countries I've been, and especially because there's a place to grab your kids from school, stay at home if someone is ill, if your kid is ill, or you need to, I don't know, do something at home. It's okay, it's fine. You can always ask your boss about it and they'll let you do it. Or I remember it shocked me first because we have this absent channel, and the first thing I noticed there is someone wrote, "Oh, I got my hair cut done, so I will be unavailable for, I don't know, 1 hour or something." And I was really surprised because I know it's not very common in most of countries just to plan something to do during the working hours. But of course people work later a bit more, it's okay. And I think this is helps you to make your lifestyle and your working experience more flexible and more relaxed, so you're not having like strict rules and strict schedule. But it always depends on where you're working, because I'm software developer and of course I can work and stay at home. But I know like some other job, no, they cannot do it. Also, as far as I know, there's almost no overtimes, and you have no need to look at your boss. Like, in Korea, people cannot leave the office until their boss is ready, and they're just sitting there and mimic they're working. But I don't think this is like a good job culture. But here in Sweden, it's not the thing. Like, you can leave earlier than your boss, it's okay, or you can work today a bit more and like work less other day. It's nice, I think. By the way, there are also two big events in Swedish offices. The first one is Christmas party, of course, and the other thing is very Swedish one. It's midsummer, and midsummer usually celebrates. Oh my god, so windy. And midsummer usually celebrates in like parks or backyard of the office, or I don't know, they book some restaurant. And for Christmas party, it's almost every time I've been there, it's in some restaurant or cafe, and the cafe has julbord, it's like Swedish Christmas table, the dinner, and this is so lovely. And you can grab your partner as well for every party, and children mostly allowed only for midsummer. But that's very nice, because not only your colleagues but also their partners. When I just came here in Sweden, I was so surprised how people speak English. They do it so fluently. Wow. Like, you can ask almost everyone, elderly, children, I don't know, just any random people, and they will answer you in perfect English. And I don't know, it's like almost 99-98% speak English very good. And I think this is mostly because in Sweden they have no dubbing. Is it this how it's called? Like, there's no translation, speech translation, audio track in Swedish cinema. There are only subtitles in Swedish. So if you have like, I don't know, Canadian plus Korean film, they will keep the original track, and they will have subtitles in Swedish. And this is very lovely, because I definitely can hear how kids can understand English as well. And as far as I know, in seventh grade, kids also get to know second language. They can choose which language they want to study, and it's either French or German or Spanish. And I think Spanish is very popular, like especially among my colleagues. Every second Swedish person knows it or studies it, because Spain is very popular destination here from Sweden. A lot of people spending their like winter there, or going there to the sea during summer break, and that's cool. It's like, also I heard a lot of stories like, this is a Swedish dream when you have an apartment, like you buy an apartment in Spain because it's cheaper and the weather there is like nice. Sweden is a country where I can imagine myself having kids because of free healthcare, free education, pretty cheap kindergartens, and cozy playgrounds. And I really love Swedish parent style, because I never heard parents screaming at their kids, and this is a big thing in some other countries, unfortunately. And also, after 3 years living here, I cannot just spend my summer outside of Sweden, because summer is the best time here. And yeah, today is like 9th of June and I'm in my autumn coat. So what I'm talking about even. But there's some weeks and days when it's plus 25, when it's super sunny and very bright and cozy and a lot of people outside. and this is of course the best time here, and I really love being here, and I don't want to go like outside of Nordic countries this time, because this is like summer is the only time when it's super nice here, except probably autumn when it's bright as well, and like early summer or early October. During summer, the best thing I like is like your days going so long, and there's so many daylight, and I really missed sun for the whole winter. Like we have no sunlight for the whole winter, for 3 months, for 4 months, and this is like really painful for me. So summer is the best time, and also because Sweden has a lot of like nature, and I enjoy swimming, I enjoy walking, and yeah, just like if you want to check Sweden and travel here, please do it in summer, because coming here in February or like in January is not the best time. It will be all gray, wet, probably snowing, but not that much. So summer, I really recommend you. And talking about kids, I forgot to mention that in Sweden there are like pretty long parental leave. It's about a year and a half, if I'm not mistaken, because like I know in USA or in Canada it's very short period of time, like 2 or 3 months, and this is like not convenient for both kids and parents. But here I really see people going to this like parental leave, and also dads and moms, like both parents, and also I really like that both parents, they have parental leave, and the obligatory period is 90 days for each of parent, and the rest they can split between each other. Also, Swedish people truly inspire me to do some sport, because I see a lot of people jogging, like even jogging with the kids stroller, it's wow, it's so incredible. And I found this very nice, because like everyone supports some sport activity. There are a lot of places with badminton courts, tennis courts, paddle, or like in a lot of companies, I think the employer buys or giving some money for sport activity, and you can buy some gym membership, and the membership in gyms are not like extremely expensive. I find it's quite cheap, because we have like about 400 or 500 euros per year for sport activity, and like this amount of money, I think it covers like badminton for me, and gym, and I don't know, like swimming pool as well. And also I think it's a big thing to go with your colleagues somewhere, like I don't know, play tennis or go bouldering, or I don't know, play volleyball or anything, or like be a participant in some, I don't know, running marathon. I think it's very nice, and I found that here in Sweden I really like to support my body and to do some stuff for myself, and for like to have just more physical activities here, because everyone does it, and this is really inspiring. And I don't know, I just enjoy people doing something, and enjoy myself doing something, and be able to do something like in 10 and 20, 30, 40 years. Because here like a lot of like elderly people, I know they hike and they do so many stuff, they do like cardio as well, because I've been with my colleagues on full body training, and it was a mixed group. There was like ladies 50 years old, or like 60, 70 years old, and they're so active, they're so energetic, and I was like, okay, I cannot just be in their pace, because I'm like too tired. I have like my heart is like stopping, or yeah. So I think Sweden is a really healthy country, and also there are so many cardio activities, especially because bicycle is very common transport, if you can call it like this. and there are a lot of people coming to work by bicycle or like going to the lakes by bicycle and so on. And the thing is, Sweden has pretty and the thing is, in Sweden there are a lot of hills and kind of mountains. In Gothenburg where I live now, there are so many hills, and for me it's very difficult. Like, I'm glad that we're living in the really, flat space, because I don't know, it will be the heart attack for me, I suppose. But also a good cardio training. So, yeah, this is Sweden. Best thing I see here when I go into the lake every time, like, it's near to the forest and a lot of people jogging in the forest, and it's so wonderful, and it's very nice that nature here is so loved by people. Like, a lot of people going to hike or going to swim, or I don't know, just like being outside is very nice. And Scandinavian and like Nordic countries, the landscapes here, they're so wild and extremely nice. I think this is like my favorite part. I really like this, like vivid green colors, a lot of trees, and yeah, just like nature, pretty good and clean nature. And especially there are so many islands here in Sweden, and the islands, if you've been there, like, it's gorgeous, it's incredible. And I imagine myself every time I'm going there, like, oh, would I like to live there in this island? Because it's so cozy and, like, everyone there. But yeah, I think it's super nice. So Swedish nature is very calming and rich. And if the weather is nice, at least if it's not raining or heavy snowing, I would like to spend it outside. And yeah, if you're interested what I think about after 3 years living here in Sweden, what I learned, what I've been taught here, I have other video. Thank you, bye bye.